Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Really just depends if you're new here or not. I've been doing a lot of talking lately. My voice is probably going to be raspy, so bear with me, okay? Now, I had just made a video talking about, and many others have also been talking about, Eugenia Cooney's alleged expected return here this September, whether it's mid-September, at the end of September. People are really shooting for around the 27th of September, because Jeffree Star had just went on TikTok Live not too long ago, and he talked about how she'll be able to get gifts, receive gifts, send gifts within a month. Now, he did not say she was necessarily going to be back on the platform in September, which is a month from now. He was just specifically talking about the gifting aspect. But if you're familiar with the lore, then you probably know better than anybody at this point. If there's going to be monetization involved, Missy Ma'am is going to be going back live.
I want to cry.
You okay, twin?
No, she can't give for another month.
Oh, no.
Wait,
She's
so
ready
how-
to. She's ready to stay Molly
so
right now,
do
and
you
she
have a glove?
can't.
Does anybody in here have a glove?
No, twin.
Her and Big Stepper are going to be level 50s together.
Credit where credit is due. I did not capture that clip. Actually, let me explain this, because this is what I thought about when I was watching that. I'm a reaction channel, reacting to a reaction channel, reacting to a reaction channel. There's a chain of events going on. Laura Realistic O ended up posting about this, and then Vera the Chukin ended up covering it, and then I am covering Vera the Chukin there, so it's a little chain of content creators there. Now again, he did not explicitly say she was coming back to the internet. He did not say anything about her going live or doing this, that, and the third. He literally just talked about the monetization aspect, which, for those of you who are wondering why she's been away from the internet, sure, it could be health, sure, it could be other reasons. But I heavily speculate, so does a lot of other people, because this is a reoccurring pattern with her. As soon as she loses monetization, she's like, yeah, see you when it's back. And I even talked about this before. This is her job, essentially. If you're not getting paid to go to work, you're not going to work. It just is what it is. Even though she claims to be passionate about TikTok and love her audience and just wants to be above and beyond for them, it's not about the love or the passion that she has for content creation or her audience or fan base. It's strictly about the money she can make from posting what she posts. She's not getting paid to do it. She's going to save all those videos till she's able to be monetized again. And as Jeffree said, another month, and then she will be able to start doing stuff with the gifts, which then leaves me to believe, and a lot of other people to believe, she's actually going to be getting her account lifted again. All these restrictions that she currently has on it are going to be freed up, which leads me to believe this was possibly a 90-day ban from TikTok, which is the longest ban that they've given her, and from my knowledge. Now, why I wanted to talk about this, I've had a few people email me, which, to bring up, my emails are dying. I used to get a lot of emails from y'all, but I went through this period where stuff was happening in my life and I couldn't check them. And I guess, like, y'all thought I just wasn't reading them, but I was reading them, so if y'all want to utilize the email section again, that would be great. It's a way for us to communicate off the platform, and it's also a way that y'all can send me your personal thoughts and opinions if you don't want to post it in the comment section below, and also to send me stuff to react to, because y'all have sent me so much funny and crazy shit to react to. I really enjoy doing it. So revokereality@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me if you want. But I've had a few people email me, and when I say a few, it was literally about 5, under 5 that I can count on one hand, talking about the situation with Jeffree, talking about she'll be able to gift again in a month. What do we think it means? What's going to happen? And it got me thinking, we kind of know what's going to happen. Either this is going to be just something Jeffree's saying to say it, but I don't think that he would when it comes to the monetization, because he's also serious about his coins. So I think he's excited she can gift him again in a month. But I also think that Eugenia Cooney is secretly excited that she can get back on the platform, continue to do what she does, and just start getting money for it again. And then it led me to this thought, what can we expect when we actually see her again, if we do? When we would watch her on TikTok, react to the live streams, she would get progressively worse through video after video. We would literally, just witnessing in 4K pretty much, her downfall, her decay, and it's always been very disturbing, but we witnessed it over a time frame to where it was kind of gradual for us, because it's not like she was going away for periods of time, coming back and we're like, what the fuck happened to you? it was so gradual because we seen it every day. Like, people would be shocked seeing a photo of her a year ago and comparing to what we were seeing before her age restriction and demonetization. It was shocking to see the difference from just that short time frame. But can y'all imagine what we're going to be seeing after this 90 days is done and she does come back? So I kind of wanted to make this video today talking about the stuff she did prior to TikTok and, you know, the way that she was then versus the way that she was now. And just kind of get into what the hell are we going to be seeing when she gets back on the internet? How bad's it going to get? Has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse? It's going to be pretty shocking for, I think, everybody, because nobody really knows. Now, she is self-aware, okay, of the way that she is, her status. She's aware of how frail that she is. She flaunts it to everybody. So I just want people to keep that in mind, that she is aware of this disorder, and she knows, like, exactly what it's doing to her. I'm not sure she fully understands every one of the repercussions that you can get from having a prolonged disorder, but I think that she is aware to an extent. And I want to take a look at this clip from Shane Dawson's documentary, which, yes, we talked about 1,000 times. It was scripted, it was fake. They did it for basically engagement and revenue, okay? So, allegedly. But anyway, I want to take a look at this clip where she did have self-awareness, even back then, of what she was doing to herself.
Like, stick with you, kind of. Then I guess kind of like as things were going forward, obviously I was like losing more weight, and I was kind of like not really acknowledging that and kind of just being like, oh, I'm okay, like whatever, and not really like seeing that it was like a really big problem. And then when I just like started making videos and all of that, and my channel started like growing a bit, then there was like certain people that would like make videos about me and like talk about my body a little bit. It kind of like was really affecting me like really badly and like making me feel really bad and like not taking care of myself, like really in like a really bad like mind state. I guess it just kind of was like progressing, and I wasn't like really doing much to like stop that. And I guess like eventually it just like got to the point where I really realized it would be a good idea to like get some help for that.
Now, this was her like 4 years ago talking about this experience for 5 years now. How long ago is this? It's been a minute. It's been a few years. Talking about basically what she was doing to herself and having self-awareness about it. Interestingly enough, too, and I think this is something that I've even missed in the past, she talked about how this was before YouNow. So this hasn't started to be a downfall thing from the internet. This was something that occurred prior to her even having that internet presence, and she just spoke about that during the YouNow days. So that's very interesting, and it also kind of backs up like this ongoing speculation I have about something occurring at home, or just not being a good environment, or a very toxic environment that's causing her to like do this to herself. Sure, the internet does play a part in it, but if she just said there how it's like it was prior to YouNow, it was like going into YouNow, her first experience being online, yeah, something's going on at home. Anyways, that was her being self-aware about what was going on with her. And even before YouNow and during that YouNow era, she had hopes and dreams, what I would call them. She's always been pretty like theatrical, so she did, I'm pretty sure everybody's fully aware of this by now, but she did do modeling prior, and I'm pretty sure that was in New York, and she also tried acting for a little bit. She was in a show. Now, here are some of the photos from her doing modeling. The thing that's sad about it that I want y'all to kind of think about real quick is a lot of us aren't fans on this channel of her. We are not fans of her. She's done a lot of vile stuff that we've covered that we don't stand by. We don't condone really anything that she's ever done. But I think that it is very sad to see, like, the shell of a person. Like, she used to have, like I said, dreams, goals, and aspirations, and now she's just, like, withered away. Just, like, kind of making it day-to-day and just doing what she can. What's so crazy, too, if you look back 5 years on your life, you're probably thinking to yourself, for either the better reasons or the more worse reasons, I never expected to be where I'm at today, and I can't believe the situation has changed so much from just 5 years ago. Everybody has those moments, and I'm sure that from that time frame, looking at her eyes and just how she was back then, probably would have never expected to end up like this and where she is today. And again, she did some acting. This is a show that I covered about, oh my god, like a year ago on this channel. It's been a minute, y'all. It's been a while. But I had a lot of fun making those videos. I reacted to every episode that she was in on the show. It was called Alex and the Single Girls. I don't know where you can watch it outside of YouTube, but if you guys go check out the videos I posted on it, y'all can see the original links and the original poster of those videos in that show. But it came as a shock to a lot of people that she even did modeling. Some of y'all weren't familiar with it, but then a lot of y'all weren't familiar with her actually being in a show. So I do want to take a quick look at some of those clips and some of her scenes.
Are you 18 or? Never mind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Eugenia! Chill! Oh! Yeah! Chill vodka is already making me feel better.
Oh, it's so cute. Very chill.
Are you high?
What? Are you really 18?
I'm 18, but I'm still in high school.
High school, okay. And you ever been with an arachnid before? I may have 4 limbs, but it's gonna feel like 8. Hey! What? Hey.
Someone drained my personal bank account, $15,200.
No, Stan, please don't. No, please don't. Are you high?
What?
Or were you crying or something? Cause your eyes look really red. Oh. Alex. He is pretty cute. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I want a chill animal for Christmas to help with my anxiety. Just something chill.
Yeah, so those are bits and pieces of the show that she was on, Alex and the Single Girls. And now I wanted to play that as well because I want to show y'all the past and then move to what was and then get to talking about what are we going to expect to be seeing today, like when she gets back in a month. Now, when it comes to having a prolonged disorder like the one that she has, especially if it goes untreated, there's just a really low risk. I mean, really low chance. Really low chance. There's very high risk. But there is a very low chance at, beating it and not becoming a statistic. Now, her mom actually pulled her out of rehab the last time that she went for recovery, and her mom did not even want her to go in the first place. There is also a video I covered where Jacqueline Glenn did the 5150 on her, and we listened to Jacqueline Glenn's side of the story. Other people backed it and vouched for her, where the driver was cussing her out because, yes, Eugenia Cooney can't go anywhere by herself. She has a driver when it's not Deb, or when it was not Deb, now it's always pretty much Deb. And every single one of Eugenia Cooney's meetups that we know of was pre-planned and pre-approved by both Deb and made sure that this driver knew and would get her from point A to point B, making sure she made it back to point A, aka home, with no type of shenanigans in between, because she was always afraid, in my opinion, Deb, knowing how sick her daughter was, that somebody was going to intervene. And when it's at home, it's more lenient when it comes to the rules, but if you are in public and people allow for the pet team to come in and psychologically evaluate somebody, they are going to do their damn job. But Deb never allowed that in her home, so she never got it. So when Eugenia Cooney went to Jacqueline Glenn's house for an escape room, she was met by a psychological evaluation team. They decided they were going to, commit her and make her do a 5150, which is where they take her against her will, and Deb was calling Jacqueline a effing biatch and this, that, and the third, and super unhappy. Jacqueline was trying to get Eugenia any form of help. Now, why I wanted to talk about that is because I think it's very important to keep in mind and take into consideration that anybody who goes to a rehab for certain illnesses or diseases or disorders or even alcoholism, okay? And I'm not saying anything has correlation to the other. I'm just saying this is my example. You're taught coping mechanisms and usually given sponsors, somebody you can reach out to. If you feel like you're going to have an episode or do something that's not going to be a great choice, you can reach out to somebody, talk about it, and hopefully get some form of validation that you're doing great and you don't need to do whatever it is that you're doing. This is like taking an alcoholic who has been fighting it to an open bar and expecting them not to have temptation. And I think the bar in this situation is the internet for Eugenia Cooney, people who would enable this, give her validation, and just let her continue to go down a bad path for herself. Which, again, I'm not blaming the internet entirely. This is a personal decision, as unfortunate as it is, that she needs to make for herself if she wants the help or not. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink, and that situation kind of applies for Eugenia's case. Now, why did I bring all that up? Is because when she was off of the internet for a period of time, she did seem to get a little bit better. I do blame Shane Dawson to some degree for doing this documentary and exploiting her during this very rough time where she should have continued to stay offline until she could really get this under wraps and get more control, learn more mechanisms for coping with certain situations so this does not continue to happen. I do blame Shane, however, Eugenia Cooney was in on it too. But also, I really blame the mother as well for letting this to continue the way that it has for this long with no intervention, no nothing. I do understand Eugenia Cooney is an adult, but I just feel like I don't know, I'm not into the law or anything girly, but I just feel like there should have been more that could have been done. So I feel like with Eugenia having this for as long as she has, and even stated this was prior to YouNow, where she always understood she wasn't properly taking care of herself, she discovered the platforms, people started making videos about her. And even while her entire internet career, because who doesn't at some point, who is online, you're always going to have a set of people who don't like you. You're always going to have a set of trolls who either enter your chat or go to other people's chat just to further the trolling. But you're always going to have a handful of people who are in your corner and genuinely want for you to get better. And I feel like Eugenia Cooney has always had those people in her corner, certain people in her fan base who aren't enablers, who genuinely check in and just want her to get better. Doesn't happen. But the really unfortunate thing of it is whenever she did do that documentary and she did come back to the internet, because yes, we talked about it too, I feel like that documentary was very intentional. That was back when Shane was popping off with his documentaries. Everybody's seen him as the truth teller, the king of documentaries over on YouTube. He was doing very well with his docuseries. And Eugenia Cooney was a very public, prominent figure in the beauty community. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And this was a way for her to get back on the internet with people knowing her story to an extent without her having to be bombarded with questions about why da-da-da-da. She was able to get her story out there. Shane was able to make a pretty penny from it, 34+ million views. And she would have supporters on her side. Her fans would know the story and be there in support of her during this period. But of course, this backfired because she started to give in to the trolls and trolling her audience back, posting fake workout videos because Missy Ma'am, nobody was out here asking you to lose more calories, but she did it anyway. Posted fake workout videos, posted videos flaunting her body, posted videos saying, well, people wanted me to lift a burger, so here's a burger purse that I got. Just really turning nasty, you know what I mean? Sure, there are trolls out there, but you also have a lot of enablers that by doing, not enablers, she has enablers, but she had a lot of supporters who she lost their respect when she started to do that stuff, because they're damn, I'm genuinely out here wanting you to do better, and you're just kind of making fun of yourself and your condition and showing that you truly don't give a shit. And now she's in her TikTok era, and she's continued to get worse. She's continued to spiral. We have not seen her make any positive improvements for herself. She's surrounded by all the wrong people, in my opinion. People who just make fun of her. She's the locale, she's the butt of the joke, she's never in on the laugh, she is the laugh. And it's just very unfortunate to see where she was back then to how she got today. And I don't see it getting better with who she's surrounding herself by, her home environment, and plenty of other aspects, but one of the biggest being the internet. Now, I don't know when she gets back online if she's going to be a little bit better. I don't know if she's taken this time to work on herself, because without the internet, of course, she always seemed to do a little bit better when she wasn't online. I don't know if she's going to come back and there's going to be a change for the better, or if she's going to come back and we're going to be shocked to shit because it got worse. I just wanted to make this video to keep in mind for you guys. This is what we have now, and what we used to see prior was literally just a normal individual. Sure, has always been more on the frail side, but if you would look at this, you wouldn't consider that unnaturally healthy. But with the video y'all just seen on the screen, the changes have been very alarming. We've always been able to recognize that choices and changes were being made with Eugenia Cooney's health and appearance. But I feel like because we've seen it every day, it was such a gradual thing for us. And it's not until you start to compare stuff from a few months prior to where she was today where you really see, holy shit, there has been a lot of really negative changes. This is getting bad. And y'all, it's always been bad. I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm just saying it's always been bad. But when you really look back from a certain time ago and then compare it to like today, it's very troubling. But again, because we watched it in real time, it was so gradual that we don't really see how bad the changes were until we do look back and start to compare. So I'm just saying, when she does come back at the end of September, I don't know what we're going to be expecting to see, and I just want y'all to be bracing yourself. Now again, I don't know if she's going to be slightly better or if she's going to be slightly worse. I just really feel like these are important things to keep in mind and to keep in consideration when she does get back. We haven't seen her for about 90 days. When she comes back, it's going to be around that 90-day mark. There's going to be changes. And like I said, we don't know if those changes are going to be for the better or for the worse. This is something we're going to have to just wait out and see. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video today just to talk to you guys because this is a thought that I started to have when I was looking at some emails, and I was like, we're going to have to be bracing ourselves because when she does come back in September, and I think that she will come back in September, especially if she's able to have any form of revenue being made from that platform, y'all. We are going to see her 1000%. But I'm just saying, there's going to be drastic changes. This is going to be 90 days we have went without seeing anything gradual. So it's just going to be, we're going to be smacked in the face with some shit. But yeah, I wanted to make this video today just to kind of share my thoughts and opinions with y'all and to get y'all's thoughts and opinions. What do y'all think is going to happen when this 90-day ban is over and she's able to get her monetization again and go about regularly posting on TikTok how she used to. I'm really curious to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions on everything we discussed in today's video in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you in the next damn video. Alright, bye.